Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and welcome to another episode of What Version is Better. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at two different versions of the album Demysteriis Dom Sathans by Mayhem. Now, before I get into it, I just want to mention that the CD version I own is a bootleg, not an official release. Although I didn't even know that until I recently did some research, but apparently this is not, an official version. Which is odd, because most of the CD versions I've seen is this particular release. Anyway, so yeah. So let's get straight into it. So first off, the artwork. The artwork on both is almost identical. On the CD version, the Mayhem logo is slightly blurry and a bit messy. It almost looks like some kind of like poorly photocopied. Someone poorly photocopied it on here, but yeah. I mean, it's still recognizable as the Mayhem logo, just a bit blurry. As for the actual image itself, the cathedral, whatever it is, it's pretty much, it's not any different than most versions. It's sort of like black and purple, sort of a photo negative kind of thing, as you can see there, and then you have the title of the album down there. And then on the back you have the track listing, as well as the two pictures, one of Euronymous and one of Hellhammer, although the picture of Hellhammer is very bad. Like, the lighting is totally off and you can't really see him. And then of course you have, their names above their pictures, and then you have a little thing up here that says a tribute to Euronymous, 1968 to 1993. And then the vinyl version, again, pretty much the same, although there are like two slight differences. And as you can see, one of the differences on the vinyl version is that the Mayhem logo is a bit more cleaned up, a bit more official looking. It actually has a really cool sort of like shading to it, where parts of it are very bright silver, almost white, and then you get a little sort of darker shading throughout the logo as well. And of course, this is, a bit more, the color's a bit more bright on this one as well. And then, with the coloring of the actual building itself, it's a bit less bright than the CD version. It's a bit more, purplish, where even though this is definitely a shade of, similar shade of purple, it's a bit brighter and almost borders on blue. So yeah, the only differences is that the Mayhem logo on each is slightly different. Again, this one a bit more blurry, this one a bit more official looking, and the coloring is slightly different on each. Not the black, but the purple. Anyway, and as for the back, it's exactly the same as this version. Now, as for audio quality, the audio quality in both is very similar, but does have a difference. The audio quality on here is a bit more raw and a bit more unpolished, and it's pretty much just, your standard black metal audio quality, I mean, it's not like the black metal audio quality in terms of it's super raw, but it is raw, but without being too much so. Now, the audio quality on the vinyl version, however, again, very much the same, although the audio quality on here is a bit more polished, a bit more cleaned up. It's not as it's not as raw sounding as this version. Although it's by a hair. Like the audio quality is touched up, but very minimally. Like if you don't own both versions, you wouldn't even know the difference. Like even if you did own both versions, but listen to this, then a while later listen to this, you wouldn't really notice unless you listen to both back to back. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give the audio quality a point to this version. Again, it's a bit more raw as opposed to this. This one's a bit more, touched up. I don't know if if the audio is remastered on this version, but even if it isn't, it kind of sounds like it. But yeah, and again, it's personal preference. I prefer a little bit more raw audio for this album. Also, something to mention. I don't know if it's just this release in terms of the audio being raw. I don't know if it's because it is a bootleg or if the original official CD version had the same sort of raw audio quality. But yeah, I give the audio quality a slight point to this one. Anyway, so as for the overall presentation of both, first off, the CD version. Hold on, I'm gonna set this down really quick. All right, as for the CD version, overall presentation. Of course, you get the iconic artwork there with the logo, and then again, I'm not gonna go into detail on the outer part because I already did. But you get standard, and then you open it up, and oddly enough, for whatever reason, they decided to just copy the back. Just have that as in there as well. I don't know why. Although something strange is that the color shading with the lettering is different. Like the color shading of the lettering on the back is definitely purple. Although the color shading on here is a bit brighter, again, more of the brighter, almost blue color. That's even brighter than the brighter coloring on the front here, so that's kind of odd. Again, odd shading choice and odd choice to just repeat the same thing you have on the back there. As for the disc itself, it's pretty cool. I don't know what they were trying to go for with the aesthetic. You just have three of the same face in the shadows. I don't know what they were going for with that. It looks cool, but again, it just doesn't. It's kind of weird. It doesn't really make sense, but whatever. And then you get the abbreviated title right here, D. Hold on. Is that correct? Oh no, it's not the abbreviation of the. I'm wrong about that. It's the abbreviation of the record company, Death Like Silence. Or wait, is that it? Something like that, I think. I don't even know if that's the right. I don't know. I might be mistaken. I know that this is abbreviated for something. I think it's the record company, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know about that one. But it's interesting because apparently the official CD version does not have this right here. And does not have that same thing on the spine right here. So yeah, I might be mistaken. It might be an abbreviation for the record company. It might not. I don't know, but I'm kind of guessing really. Anyway, enough rambling. As for the inner booklet, it's really cool. Like it has all the lyrics for every song. And it has sort of like a almost medieval manuscript kind of look to it, which is really, really cool. As you can see there. and there, and there. Oh, okay, it is the Deathlike Silence abbreviation. As you can see there, Deathlike Silence Productions, and I guess that is the what the abbreviation is for. Anyway, but yeah. So another thing to mention, sort of a quick comparison of the official release for the book, lyrical booklet, and this version. Apparently, the official CD version does not have a full-length booklet. It does not have lyrics for every single song. I think, if I remember correctly, the official version only has lyrics for, I believe, 2 or 3 songs, and it's not a booklet. It's sort of just like a 3-piece fold-out thing. Anyway. But yeah, this is really cool. The booklet overall presentation is really good. Now, for the vinyl version, there's a few differences. First off, this is a gatefold, which doesn't make sense considering there's only one vinyl. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of gatefolds that aren't necessary. Now, a triple gatefold or a double gatefold that you have, 3 or 2 vinyl makes sense. But when you have a gatefold with only one vinyl, it really doesn't make sense. Like, the main issue isn't that it's a gatefold, but the main issue that it only has one vinyl. Because, for example, if you have a triple or even double gatefold, you have all the weight. You have a very good weight distribution. Like it closes in, it folds, and it doesn't move around, or the flaps for the gatefold doesn't flap around because you have proper weight distribution with the multiple vinyl. But with the single vinyl, with the gatefold, it doesn't work right because you only have a weight on the back part instead of the front part. So if you had a vinyl here as well, if you had a double vinyl, it would stay shut. But with the single vinyl with a gatefold, the front part has a tendency to just flap all over the place, and doesn't stay shut. So yeah, that's bizarre. I don't like single vinyl gatefolds. And another thing, even though this album does have all the lyrics, they kind of messed up because look at this. The lyrics are impossible to read. Like, you would have to be standing in an extremely bright room or next to an extremely bright light or lamp. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to read the lyrics because of the stupid color combination they chose. Like, here's the thing. On the back, you can't... even though it's a dark purple, you can still read the song titles and stuff. But for whatever reason, they chose an even darker shade of purple for the lettering of the lyrics on a pitch black background. So, yeah, that's an issue. Anyway, so for the overall presentation, even though I do love the more crisp and clear logo here, I'm going to give the overall presentation to the CD version. Mainly because it's not a useless single gatefold, and the lyrics are readable. So yeah, overall, the first point for the audio quality goes to the CD version. The second point for the artwork goes to both, and the final point for the overall presentation goes to the CD version. So the CD version wins. Anyway, so, yeah, the CD version wins, and that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.